Let's dive deep into this idea of potential, something every one of us has within, but few fully tap into. Potential is a limitless force, a raw, unshaped power waiting to be channeled. When you tap into it, it's like igniting a fire that can't be put out. Your potential isn't limited by who you are today or by any setbacks you've faced. It's limited only by the bounds you set for yourself. So let's talk about breaking those bounds. Growth is the ultimate path to fulfillment. When you grow, you feel alive, purposeful. It's that feeling when you know you're on the path, expanding into something greater. When you stop growing, you stop feeling that aliveness. So you've got to make a decision every single day. Am I going to push a little harder today, step out of my comfort zone, and get one step closer to my potential? Purpose is the compass here. Because potential without purpose is like driving a powerful car without a destination. You'll end up going in circles, feeling frustrated. To find your purpose, what are you here to do? How do you want to impact the world? Aligning your potential with purpose gives you focus and drive. It's not intelligence that determines who fulfills their potential, it's clarity. It's knowing where you're going and why, then acting on it every single day. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Don't get bogged down in analysis paralysis. If you're waiting until you're ready, you'll be waiting forever. Clarity doesn't mean knowing every step ahead. It's about knowing the next step and taking it. You're going to encounter fear. And you know what? That's a good thing. Fear tells you exactly where your potential is waiting to be unleashed, but don't let it paralyze you. Use it as a stepping stone, a signal that says, this is where I need to go. Each time you step into that fear, you unlock a bit more of your potential. And remember, this failure is fuel. It's feedback, nothing more. It's the world's way of saying, adjust course, refine, and come back stronger. Don't take it personally, use it. Failure shows you what works and what doesn't. Learn from it and keep moving forward. Now, think about the people around you. We rise to the level of those we surround ourselves with. If you're around people who are just getting by, who don't believe in their potential, that's going to limit you. You need people who push you, who believe in big dreams, because when you're around high achievers, you start expecting more of yourself. Consistency is where mastery lives. Potential isn't unlocked in one big breakthrough. It's in the daily grind, the small steps you take over and over. It's in those moments when no one is watching, but you're putting in the work. Consistency compounds into something unstoppable. And let's talk about those beliefs that keep you chained. We all carry stories about who we are and what we're capable of. They're invisible chains holding us back from our full potential. Challenge those beliefs. They're not truths, they're just stories we've repeated so many times that we start to believe them. Now don't wait. Action beats analysis every time. Start now, build momentum, adjust along the way. And don't strive for perfection. Strive for progress. Every step forward is a win. Celebrate that. Small wins compound into big transformations. Your potential multiplies when you give it away. Lift others as you rise. Teach them, encourage them, help them see their own potential. Because when you lift others, your own potential expands. Your potential is waiting. Are you ready to unlock it? Imagine potential as a vast, untapped well of energy within you, a force that has no boundaries, no limits, and no predefined shape. It's something so powerful that it can redefine your reality, your success, and even the course of your life. But the real key here is that potential is not given or handed to you. It's not something you inherit or stumble upon. It's a force within that you uncover, nurture, and amplify. Many people think of potential as something finite, something that has a cap or an endpoint. They believe that potential is a set amount of talent or intelligence fixed by nature or circumstance. But the truth is, potential is like an ocean, vast, deep, and sometimes terrifying because of its immensity. It doesn't care where you start or where you come from. It only grows when you dare to explore its depths, to challenge yourself beyond what you thought you could handle. When we say potential is limitless, we're talking about the idea that every action you take, every skill you develop, every barrier you overcome is simply a step toward realizing just a fraction of what you're capable of. Each step, however small, adds to your reach, expanding the boundaries of what you thought possible. And the beauty of it is every time you stretch your potential a bit further, it creates more room for growth. You're not just reaching a new level, you're creating a foundation to reach even higher. That's what it means to be limitless. I think about potential as not just about the big grand dreams. It's also about the subtle, everyday steps you take to become more, to get closer to that best version of yourself. You don't suddenly realize your full potential in one moment. You shape it, one action at a time, one challenge at a time. And the most extraordinary part of it is that potential grows from within. It's fueled by your beliefs, your resilience, and your willingness to push beyond comfort zones. Every obstacle, every setback is fuel to the fire of your potential. They're opportunities to dig deeper, to find new reserves of strength, and to keep moving forward. If you truly grasp that your potential is limitless, it changes everything. You stop seeing obstacles as dead ends. Instead, they become opportunities. You don't worry about what's realistic or possible because you understand that potential is something that grows with each effort you make. You realize that no single success or failure defines you. What defines you is your relentless drive to explore how far you can go. And in that exploration, you create a life that defies ordinary limits, a life that taps into the extraordinary power lying dormant within. To understand the limitlessness of potential is to see yourself as a creator, a force of nature. Every time you embrace a new challenge, learn a new skill, or face a fear, you're shaping that raw energy. Potential doesn't come with instructions. It's an energy you learn to harness by testing your limits, by rising after each fall, and by persisting when it would be easier to quit. It's in that process of pushing forward, of going a little further each time, that you discover just how vast your potential truly is. So let go of the notion of enough. Don't limit yourself by what you think you're supposed to achieve. The truth is, you are capable of far more than you know. The possibilities are endless because your potential is limitless. When you start living with that mindset, you create a life without boundaries, without excuses, and without regrets. You become a person who is constantly evolving, expanding, and rising to new levels. And that's a powerful place to be. Growth is at the core of what it means to live fully, and when we talk about growth, we're not just referring to learning a new skill or reaching a milestone. Real growth goes much deeper. It's about expanding yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to a level you never thought possible. This process, though often challenging, is what leads to true fulfillment. Fulfillment doesn't come from staying in the same place, doing the same things, or repeating what you already know. It comes from stretching yourself, from constantly pursuing that next level within yourself, and from becoming more than you were yesterday. Growth is the fuel that keeps life exciting and meaningful. Without it, even the most successful achievements can feel hollow or repetitive. You might reach a goal, celebrate it for a moment, and then wonder what's next. That sense of restlessness isn't dissatisfaction, it's a call to keep growing. Fulfillment isn't found in achieving one thing and stopping there. It's found in the continuous journey, the perpetual pursuit of becoming better, stronger, and wiser. In many ways, growth is uncomfortable. It's meant to be. It pushes you into unfamiliar territory, where you're forced to face your own fears, insecurities, and doubts. But this discomfort is precisely what makes growth so fulfilling. Every time you overcome an obstacle, every time you push beyond your limits, you gain a new perspective, a new understanding of what you're capable of. It's in these moments that you learn the most about yourself. Growth teaches resilience, perseverance, and courage, all qualities that lead to a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment. Fulfillment through growth also requires self-reflection. It's about more than just setting new goals. It's about taking the time to understand what really matters to you, what drives you, and what makes you feel alive. As you grow, your values and priorities may shift. You may start to see that fulfillment isn't about chasing someone else's idea of success, but about creating a life that's aligned with who you truly are. This alignment between growth and authenticity is what brings a profound sense of peace and satisfaction. When you're growing in a way that's true to yourself, fulfillment isn't something you have to chase. It becomes a natural part of your life. Growth is also about expanding your perspective, moving beyond the limitations of what you've known. Each new experience, each new lesson opens up your mind to different ways of thinking, of seeing the world, and of understanding others. This broadening of perspective enriches your life in ways that material success or external accomplishments never can. It gives you a sense of purpose and a connection to something larger than yourself. Through growth, you gain the ability to empathize, to contribute meaningfully to the lives of others, and to create a legacy that's rooted in something much deeper than surface-level achievements. When you're committed to growth, you realize that life's challenges aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities. Every setback, every failure becomes a stepping stone on the path to fulfillment. You start to see adversity not as something to avoid, but as a chance to grow even further. It's in those tough moments that you're given the chance to build resilience, to dig deep, and to prove to yourself that you're capable of overcoming anything. This resilience, this ability to face life's difficulties with strength and grace, is one of the most rewarding aspects of growth. It's what allows you to look back on your journey with pride, knowing that you didn't give up when things got hard. Fulfillment through growth is about the constant pursuit of your potential. It's recognizing that there's always more to learn, more to experience, and more ways to contribute. When you adopt a growth mindset, you never truly arrive at a final destination.
Instead, you find joy in the journey itself. You discover that the process of becoming more, of expanding your horizons and pushing past your limits, is where true fulfillment lies.
Ultimately, growth is the path to true fulfillment because it keeps you evolving, it keeps you connected to life's deeper purpose, and allows you to live in a way that's rich, meaningful, and deeply satisfying. When you're growing, you're alive in the truest sense. You're constantly transforming, shedding old layers, and stepping into new versions of yourself. This never-ending journey is what gives life its vibrancy, its purpose, and its sense of fulfillment. It's what allows you to wake up each day with a sense of excitement, knowing that there's always more to discover, more to learn, and more to become. And that is the very essence of a fulfilling life. Purpose is like a guiding star of force that steers your life toward meaning and fulfillment. It gives you clarity, direction, and an unwavering sense of why you're here. When you have purpose, you're not simply going through the motions or reacting to what life throws at you.
You're actively shaping your journey, living with intention, and creating something that matters. Purpose turns mere existence into a powerful expression of your values, your passions, and your deepest aspirations.
It's more than a goal or a dream. It's a reason to keep moving forward, even when challenges arise. Purpose gives meaning to your actions, helping you understand that everything you do can contribute to something bigger than yourself. In moments when life feels repetitive or difficult, purpose acts as a reminder of why you're doing what you do.
It grounds you, giving weight to every effort, every struggle, and every success. Instead of feeling empty or aimless, you find motivation and strength in knowing that you're working towards something significant.
This sense of purpose fuels resilience and courage, as it enables you to push through the discomfort and obstacles that naturally come with growth. A life without purpose often feels like floating adrift, without direction or connection. Without purpose, your actions can feel fragmented, lacking cohesion or depth. You might achieve external success, accomplishments, wealth, status, but without purpose, these achievements may feel hollow or fleeting. Purpose fills in that missing layer, transforming what could be ordinary experiences into opportunities for deeper fulfillment. It connects your everyday actions to a larger picture, transforming the mundane into something meaningful and satisfying. Purpose has the power to unify all parts of your life. It helps align your goals, habits, and values so that each aspect of your life supports and strengthens the others. You no longer feel divided between what you should do and what you genuinely want to do. Purpose bridges that gap. It clarifies your priorities, making it easier to say yes to things that matter and no to things that don't. With purpose, you're not just reacting to the world around you, you're shaping your path with conviction, driven by a core set of values and intentions. When you live with purpose, you experience a heightened sense of energy and vitality. Purpose taps into a deeper source of motivation that goes beyond superficial desires. It's an energy that doesn't wane with setbacks or fatigue because it's rooted in something you genuinely care about. This purpose-driven energy is powerful. It can turn long hours, hard work, and effort into something you embrace rather than endure. Purpose transforms challenges into stepping stones and adversity into opportunities for growth. Purpose also gives you a sense of belonging and connection. When you live with purpose, you're not just focused on yourself, you're contributing to something larger. This connection to a greater cause or mission helps you feel part of a community, a movement, or an ideal. Whether your purpose is to help others, create art, or bring innovation to the world, that sense of contributing to something beyond yourself brings a profound sense of fulfillment. It's a reminder that you're part of a collective story, that your life has meaning within the larger fabric of humanity. When life inevitably brings uncertainty and setbacks, purpose acts as your anchor. It keeps you centered when the world around you is chaotic. Instead of losing hope or feeling defeated, you're able to hold steady, knowing that there's something worth persevering for.
This clarity and focus become especially important when facing difficult decisions or unexpected challenges. Purpose reminds you of your why and helps you make choices that align with your values rather than being swayed by external pressures or momentary emotions.
Purpose encourages constant growth and learning. It isn't something you achieve and then set aside. It's an evolving journey that pushes you to keep exploring and expanding. As you live with purpose, you find yourself motivated to grow, to improve, and to evolve. You begin seeking out new challenges and new experiences that bring you closer to fulfilling that purpose. This constant pursuit of growth not only deepens your sense of fulfillment, but also brings out the best version of yourself. Having purpose also allows you to navigate life with integrity. When you know what truly matters to you, you're less likely to compromise on your values or settle for less than you deserve. Purpose makes it clear when something isn't right for you, even if it seems attractive on the surface. It helps you make decisions that are in alignment with your core beliefs, leading to a life that's authentic and true to who you are. This alignment between purpose and action brings a deep sense of peace and satisfaction as you know you're living in harmony with what you believe. Purpose is not just a personal endeavor, it's something that leaves a legacy. When you live with purpose, the impact you make extends beyond your own life. The people you touch, the work you do, and the values you embody have a ripple effect. You inspire others to find their own purpose, to live with integrity, and to pursue what matters to them. Your purpose-driven life becomes an example, showing others that fulfillment and meaning are not found in fleeting achievements, but in the commitment to something that transcends individual gain. Ultimately, purpose is the foundation of a fulfilling life. It gives you direction, resilience, and a reason to keep striving. It allows you to wake up each day with a sense of excitement, knowing that what you do has meaning. It's the force that propels you forward, even when the path is uncertain or difficult. When you live with purpose, every day becomes an opportunity to contribute, to grow, and to create a life that's rich with meaning and impact. Purpose doesn't just make life worth living, it makes it extraordinary. Clarity is one of the most powerful forces in achieving success and fulfillment. While intelligence often gets the spotlight as the key to accomplishment, it's clarity that truly drives results.
Intelligence provides tools, knowledge, and skill, but clarity is what gives direction to those abilities. Without clarity, even the brightest mind can feel lost, distracted, or overwhelmed, like a ship with a strong engine but no map.
Clarity focuses your efforts, aligns your actions, and turns raw potential into purposeful progress. When you have clarity, you know exactly what you want, why you want it, and how you plan to get there. This sense of purpose and direction cuts through distractions, making it easier to ignore what doesn't serve your goal. In a world filled with constant noise and endless options, clarity becomes your guiding compass, showing you what deserves your time and what doesn't. Intelligence alone can lead to overthinking or analysis paralysis, but clarity allows you to simplify, prioritize, and act with confidence, even if you don't have all the answers up front. Clarity brings freedom from the constant questioning of your choices. When your vision is clear, you can move forward without the nagging doubts and second guessing that so often hold people back. Knowing where you're headed and why enables you to take bold steps without hesitation. It doesn't mean every step will be easy, but it does mean that you'll keep moving, adjusting, and learning without losing sight of the end goal. Intelligence can help with problem solving along the way, but clarity gives you the resilience and focus to push through challenges. Clarity also simplifies your decisions. In situations that might feel complex or overwhelming, clarity cuts through the fog and shows you the essential path. When you're clear about your goals, it becomes easier to weigh options, filter out distractions, and make decisions that align with your vision.
This decisiveness can lead to faster progress than relying on intelligence alone, which can sometimes lead to endless analysis or unnecessary complication. With clarity, you can prioritize what truly matters and avoid getting lost in details that don't move you forward.
Having clarity doesn't mean you know every step of the journey in advance. Instead, it's a clear understanding of the direction you want to go, the values you want to uphold, and the impact you want to make. Clarity is about setting a powerful intention that keeps you centered, regardless of the obstacles or unknowns you encounter. This focus enables you to adapt and course correct with ease, while intelligence, if unguided, might lead you to explore unrelated paths or get stuck in uncertainty. Clarity beats intelligence in creating resilience and perseverance. When you're clear on your purpose and vision, challenges and setbacks don't feel like dead ends, they're just steps on the path. Clarity reminds you of the bigger picture, the reason behind your efforts, which gives you the strength to keep going. Intelligence can analyze and evaluate situations, but clarity gives you the deeper why that sustains motivation, even when logic might suggest giving up. This unwavering commitment to your vision is one of the most significant advantages clarity provides. Furthermore, clarity fosters a sense of fulfillment that intelligence alone cannot guarantee. Intelligence can lead you to impressive achievements, but without clarity, those accomplishments may feel empty or meaningless. Clarity aligns your goals with your values and passions, making each milestone not only a success, but a step toward a life that feels genuinely meaningful. With clarity, you're not just achieving for the sake of it, you're creating a life that resonates with who you are. This kind of alignment brings a deep, lasting sense of satisfaction that's rooted in purpose rather than external validation. Clarity also enables you to focus on growth rather than comparison. Intelligence, when unfocused, can lead to feelings of inadequacy or constant comparison with others' achievements, but when you're clear on your path, you're less influenced by what others are doing. You're not chasing someone else's definition of success, you're following a path that's uniquely yours. This self-assured focus allows you to progress at your own pace, measuring success by your own standards rather than by external benchmarks. Clarity leads to action. Intelligence might give you the ideas, the theories, or the strategies, but clarity is what turns those into consistent, decisive actions.
With clarity, you don't wait for the perfect moment or for every detail to fall into place. You start moving toward your vision immediately. You understand that progress is a journey of refinement, and each action brings you closer to that ideal outcome.
Intelligence can sometimes create a fear of failure or a need for perfection, but clarity is about moving forward, learning along the way, and staying committed to your direction. Lastly, clarity brings a sense of peace. In a world full of choices, responsibilities, and expectations, clarity is what keeps you grounded. It quiets the mind, reducing stress and anxiety because you know exactly where you're headed. Even if the path is challenging, clarity gives you a profound sense of calm, knowing that you're aligned with your true desires and purpose. Intelligence might solve problems, but clarity is what keeps you centered, resilient, and joyful, no matter what life throws at you. In the end, clarity is what turns potential into power. It's not about knowing everything, it's about knowing enough to get started, to keep moving, and to stay focused. It's what allows you to rise above distractions, to navigate obstacles with confidence, and to create a life that's both purposeful and deeply fulfilling. Clarity beats intelligence because it gives you the unwavering vision to see things through, transforming dreams into reality with deliberate, consistent action. Fear often feels like an overwhelming barrier, a force that stops us in our tracks and tells us to stay where we are. But the truth is, fear is not a wall, it's a stepping stone. It's a signal pointing toward areas of growth where we have the opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Fear may appear intimidating, but when we face it, we discover that it's actually a tool for transformation. Rather than blocking our path, it invites us to take a step forward, teaching us that courage and growth come from leaning into discomfort, not avoiding it. Fear exists to challenge us, not to paralyze us. When we experience fear, it's often because we're about to do something unfamiliar, something outside our comfort zone. This unfamiliarity triggers our survival instinct, making us want to retreat. But what if we saw fear as an indication that we're on the edge of something meaningful, something that can elevate our lives? Each time we push through fear, we expand that comfort zone, opening up new possibilities and gaining confidence. We begin to understand that fear is just a passing feeling, not a lasting reality. By reframing it as a stepping stone, we see that fear actually brings us closer to who we want to become. Each time we confront fear, we grow stronger and more capable. Fear is a natural part of growth, and every courageous step we take in its presence builds resilience. We learn that we're capable of facing difficult emotions, and that those emotions don't control us. By consistently stepping through fear, we develop a kind of inner toughness, a belief in our ability to handle whatever life throws our way. This resilience becomes an asset, not only helping us overcome fear, but also empowering us to face future challenges with confidence. Fear also teaches us about ourselves. It's a mirror that reveals our insecurities, our self-doubts, and our areas for growth. When we examine what we're afraid of, we often discover the beliefs we hold about ourselves and the limitations we've accepted. Maybe we're afraid of failing, of being judged, or of stepping into the unknown because we doubt our own worth or capability. By acknowledging and stepping toward fear, we uncover these self-imposed limits and start questioning them. We realize that these beliefs don't define us, and we can choose to rewrite them. Fear sharpens our focus and commitment. When something scares us, it's usually because it matters to us deeply. Whether it's a big goal, a life change, or a personal challenge, fear signals that we're approaching something meaningful. It forces us to decide, will we move forward despite our fear, or will we stay where we are? When we choose to take a step despite fear, we're making a powerful commitment to our growth and to the things that truly matter to us. This commitment is a declaration that we won't let temporary discomfort stand in the way of what we want most. When we view fear as a stepping stone, we understand that it's part of the journey toward mastery. Think of any skill, talent, or achievement fear is usually present at the beginning of the path. A musician may feel stage fright, an entrepreneur may fear taking a financial risk, a writer may fear sharing their work. But each time we act in the presence of fear, we improve, we refine, and we get closer to mastery. Fear loses its power as we gain experience, and what once felt impossible becomes second nature. In this way, fear doesn't block our growth, it fuels it.
Fear also connects us with courage. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, it means acting despite fear. Every time we choose to take a step forward when fear tells us to stop, we strengthen our courage.
This courage becomes a muscle that grows with use, and eventually we start to see ourselves as people who can face challenges, who can move forward even when it's uncomfortable.
Fear then becomes less of an obstacle and more of a rite of passage, a necessary step in the journey of becoming more courageous, more capable, and more self-assured.
Fear can also foster empathy. Everyone experiences fear, and by facing our own fears, we become more compassionate toward others who are facing theirs. When we understand what it's like to step into uncertainty or push past limitations, we can support and encourage others on their journeys. This shared experience of overcoming fear builds connection, making us more understanding and supportive friends, family members, and leaders. Fear, when confronted, not only makes us stronger, but also more compassionate, reminding us that we're all in this together. By seeing fear as a stepping stone, we stop letting it control our choices. We begin to realize that fear is just a feeling, one that doesn't have to dictate our actions. Instead of avoiding situations that trigger fear, we learn to approach them with curiosity and an open mind. We begin to see that each step taken in the face of fear is a step toward freedom, freedom from the constraints that fear once placed on our lives. Rather than being held captive by fear, we become liberated, empowered to choose our own path and create a life that's true to our dreams. In the end, fear is only as powerful as we allow it to be. When we embrace it as a stepping stone, we transform it from a roadblock into a powerful ally on our path to growth. Each time we act despite fear, we reaffirm our commitment to ourselves, to our goals, and to our potential. Fear stops being something we shrink from and becomes something we rise to meet. It becomes a catalyst for courage, resilience, and transformation. Fear, rather than limiting us, becomes the force that propels us toward our highest aspirations, reminding us that every challenge faced and every fear overcome brings us closer to the life we're meant to live. Failure is often seen as something to avoid, a sign of inadequacy or defeat. But in reality, failure is one of the greatest sources of strength, growth, and resilience. When we choose to embrace failure, we shift our perspective from seeing it as a setback to viewing it as fuel, an essential part of any journey toward success. Each failure is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and get closer to our goals.
Far from holding us back, failure propels us forward, offering insights and lessons that success alone can never teach.
Failure is a mirror, reflecting our weaknesses and highlighting the areas where we need to improve. It reveals gaps in our skills, understanding, or approach, giving us clarity on what needs to change. When we embrace failure, we stop seeing it as a condemnation and start seeing it as valuable feedback. This feedback allows us to refine our strategies, sharpen our skills, and approach challenges with a renewed sense of purpose. Failure teaches us things that no amount of planning or preparation can reveal. It's through failing that we gain real-world insights, which then become the foundation for future success. Embracing failure means building resilience. Each time we fail and choose to get back up, we strengthen our capacity to persevere. Failure teaches us that setbacks are temporary, that obstacles can be overcome, and that we're capable of moving forward no matter the difficulty.
This resilience becomes a mental and emotional asset, enabling us to face future challenges with greater courage and determination. Success achieved without resilience is often fragile, but when built on a foundation of failure and persistence, success becomes robust and sustainable.
Failure also humbles us, grounding us in reality and helping us develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. It strips away ego and reminds us that we're always learning, always growing, always growing. This humility keeps us open to feedback and continuous improvement. When we're not afraid to fail, we're more willing to try new things, take risks, and expand our capabilities. Humility born from failure also allows us to connect more authentically with others, fostering empathy and understanding. We begin to see that everyone experiences setbacks and that failure is a universal experience, making us more compassionate toward ourselves and others. Failure fuels innovation. Many of the greatest inventions, discoveries, and breakthroughs were born out of failure. When something doesn't work as expected, we're forced to think creatively, to innovate, and to try new approaches. Failure breaks us out of old patterns, pushing us to explore new ideas and perspectives we might not have considered otherwise. It's in these moments of challenge that creativity is sparked, leading us to solutions and insights that move us closer to our core goals. Embracing failure allows us to see it as part of the creative process, a natural step on the path to innovation and progress. When we embrace failure, we also shift our focus from outcome to process. Rather than only valuing the end result, we start appreciating the journey itself, the growth, learning, and transformation that occur along the way. Failure teaches us to value effort, persistence, and dedication, rather than simply the reward at the end. This shift in focus helps us build a strong, resilient mindset, one that isn't swayed by temporary setbacks or external validation. Instead, we find satisfaction and fulfillment in the pursuit of excellence, knowing that each failure is a stepping stone on the path to mastery. Failure challenges us to confront our fears, doubts, and insecurities. When we fail, we're often faced with feelings of inadequacy or embarrassment, but by embracing these emotions, we grow stronger. We learn that failure doesn't define us, it's simply an experience, a moment in time. By facing our fears and moving forward, we develop inner strength and self-assurance. Each time we rise after a fall, we reinforce our belief in ourselves and our ability to handle whatever comes our way. This self-belief becomes a powerful force, fueling us with confidence and courage to pursue even our most ambitious dreams. Failure also builds patience and endurance. Success achieved overnight is rare, and it's often not as fulfilling as success earned through consistent effort and resilience. Failure teaches us that great things take time, that progress is often incremental, and that persistence is key. Each setback tests our commitment and determination, helping us develop patience and an appreciation for the process. This endurance is what separates those who give up from those who eventually succeed, and it's through repeated failures that we develop the grit necessary to stay the course. By embracing failure, we redefine our relationship with success. We begin to see success not as an endpoint, but as an ongoing journey of improvement and growth. Failure is an integral part of that journey, and by accepting it, we free ourselves from the fear of making mistakes. This freedom empowers us to take risks, to experiment, and to strive for greatness without the constant worry of falling short. We start to see that success is not a straight line, but a series of setbacks, adjustments, and breakthroughs, all of which contribute to our ultimate achievements. When failure is embraced, it fosters adaptability. Life is full of uncertainties, and plans don't always unfold as we expect. Failure teaches us to be flexible, to adapt to new circumstances, and to find alternative routes to our goals. Rather than being discouraged by obstacles, we learn to see them as opportunities for growth and adaptation. This adaptability is a valuable skill, one that enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace and resourcefulness. Embracing failure equips us with the mindset to thrive in any situation, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Finally, embracing failure liberates us from the constraints of perfectionism. When we fear failure, we often hold ourselves back, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. But perfection is an illusion, and this mindset only keeps us from taking action. By accepting failure as a natural part of progress, we give ourselves permission to take imperfect action, to make mistakes, and to learn as we go. This freedom from perfectionism unlocks our potential, allowing us to make real progress instead of remaining stuck in endless preparation. In the end, failure is a teacher, a guide, and a catalyst for growth. By embracing it, we turn setbacks into opportunities, fear into courage, and challenges into achievements. Failure isn't a destination, it's a stepping stone on the path to success. It fuels our growth, strengthens our resilience, and brings us closer to our true potential. When we view failure as fuel, we unlock a new level of freedom, empowerment, and possibility, allowing us to pursue our dreams with passion, purpose, and unwavering determination. The law of proximity is a principle that states we are shaped by the people, environments, and influences we keep close. Essentially, what surrounds us greatly impacts who we become. It's about the powerful and often subtle effects of the people, places, and circumstances we immerse ourselves in. Our habits, our attitudes, and even our beliefs are influenced by the company we keep and the environments we engage in daily. Proximity is more than just a physical closeness. It's about the mental and emotional influences that guide our choices, our growth, and ultimately our success. Being close to individuals who inspire, motivate, and challenge us pushes us to grow in ways we may not even realize. If you surround yourself with people who are positive, driven, and committed to their goals, it's almost inevitable that some of that energy will spill over to you. It's as if their standards raise your own, making you more likely to reach higher, aim further, and believe in your potential. On the other hand, if you're around people who focus on limitations, negativity, or excuses, you may find yourself adopting similar patterns, which can hold you back from growth. The law of proximity is also about exposure to ideas and mindsets. Being close to those who think differently, who view challenges as opportunities, or who have achieved success in their own lives, opens your mind to new possibilities. You start to see what's achievable when you're close to those who have pushed through obstacles and succeeded. Their experiences become lessons, offering insights that you can apply to your own journey. Without this proximity to new ways of thinking, you may not even realize what's possible, staying confined to your current level of understanding and growth.
Your environment plays a vital role in reinforcing your goals and values. Being in a space that supports your ambitions, a workspace designed for focus, a gym that encourages fitness, or a community of people who share your values creates a setting where growth feels natural.
Just as a plant thrives in the right soil and conditions, you too grow best when your environment nurtures your goals. If your environment doesn't align with your ambitions, it becomes more challenging to stay on track. The law of proximity reminds us that our surroundings should support who we want to become, not pull us away from it. Proximity affects our self-belief. When we're close to people who believe in us, who support our dreams and remind us of our strengths, it's easier to believe in ourselves. Self-doubt naturally diminishes when you're surrounded by those who encourage you to take risks, who cheer you on even when things are difficult, and who celebrate your wins. This belief becomes a foundation of confidence, empowering you to pursue your goals with courage. In contrast, when we're near people who doubt us or discourage us, we may find it harder to trust our own abilities, leading to hesitation and fear of failure. The law of proximity also reveals the importance of role models. Being close to people who are a few steps ahead of you, who have already achieved what you're aiming for, offers a tangible example of what's possible. It's one thing to have a vision, but it's another to see someone living that vision. When you see someone succeed, you're reminded that you can do it too. Proximity to role models provides motivation, clarity, and a sense of possibility. It transforms abstract goals into attainable realities, bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Our habits and behaviors are heavily influenced by those around us. Studies have shown that people who spend time with friends who are physically active are more likely to adopt similar habits, while those in proximity to people who smoke or make poor lifestyle choices may follow suit. Habits are contagious, and the people closest to us often dictate the kinds of routines we develop. If you're surrounded by individuals who prioritize growth, health, and learning, you'll likely adopt those habits as well. Proximity shapes not only our goals, but also the daily actions we take to achieve them. The law of proximity affects our mindset around challenges and setbacks. When you're close to resilient people who view failure as a stepping stone, you're more likely to develop a similar outlook.
This proximity to a resilient mindset helps you see obstacles as part of the journey rather than reasons to give up. You become more solution-oriented, finding ways to overcome challenges rather than being stopped by them.
This influence can be especially powerful during difficult times when your own resilience is tested. Having people nearby who model strength and perseverance can help you stay committed, even when things get tough. Proximity also affects our expectations for ourselves. If you spend time with people who have high standards for their work, relationships, and personal growth, it raises your own standards. You start to hold yourself to a higher level of accountability because those around you do the same. These raised expectations inspire you to strive for excellence, pushing you to give more of yourself and aim for results you may not have previously considered. When those around you aim high, you naturally begin to set bigger goals and stretch your own potential. The law of proximity extends to the types of information and knowledge we consume. When you're surrounded by people who are constantly learning, who value education and personal growth, you're more likely to engage in similar activities.
Your environment can encourage you to read, to seek new information, and to keep developing your skills. This influence leads to continuous improvement, making you more knowledgeable, skilled, and capable.
Conversely, if you're surrounded by people who aren't interested in growth or who don't value learning, you may be less inclined to seek new knowledge or push your boundaries.
Relationships built on proximity also play a critical role in our emotional well-being. Supportive relationships can help us navigate stress, overcome fears, and find encouragement during times of doubt.
The people closest to us can be a source of comfort, providing a safe space to share our challenges and aspirations. This emotional support makes it easier to keep moving forward, knowing that we have people in our corner. When we're near people who lift us up emotionally, we're able to take on challenges with greater resilience, knowing that we have a network of support to fall back on. Proximity reinforces the power of accountability. When you're close to people who hold themselves accountable, who set goals and follow through on their commitments, you're more likely to do the same.
Being around people who prioritize discipline, consistency, and integrity pushes you to stay true to your own promises and aspirations. Accountability becomes a habit, and you find yourself more focused, determined, and committed to your own success.
This environment of accountability makes it harder to slack off or settle for less than your best, as the influence of those around you keeps you aligned with your goals. Ultimately, the law of proximity teaches us that who and what we surround ourselves with matters deeply. If you want to grow, to reach new heights, or to transform any part of your life, the first step is to take a close look at what's around you. Recognizing the impact of proximity gives you the power to choose environments, relationships, and influences that align with your goals. It empowers you to create a life where growth feels natural, where success feels achievable, and where you are consistently surrounded by reminders of your own potential. Proximity isn't just about where you are, it's about where you're going and who you're becoming along the way. It's about showing up again and again with steady, focused effort. Consistency is the foundation of true mastery because it builds skills, resilience, and depth over time. When you commit to a path with unwavering dedication, day after day, you create progress that compounds. Small steps may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they accumulate into something extraordinary. Consistency transforms potential into expertise, moving you closer to mastery with each step, no matter how small. Consistency is what turns raw talent into refined skill. Anyone can start something with excitement and energy, but few continue long enough to see true growth. With each repetition, each practice session, and each moment of focused effort, you're honing your abilities, strengthening your understanding, and building a level of skill that goes beyond basic competence.
Talent may give you an initial advantage, but only consistency can elevate that talent to mastery. Each consistent action sharpens your skills and deepens your knowledge, enabling you to perform at higher levels with greater ease and precision.
Consistency creates muscle memory and builds habits that make high performance second nature. When you practice a skill or habit repeatedly, it becomes ingrained. You don't have to think as much about every detail, it becomes automatic. Athletes, musicians, and top professionals understand this well. They practice consistently so that their responses become almost instinctual. This muscle memory allows you to focus on refinement and flow, not just the basics. By embedding these actions in your routine, consistency creates a solid foundation on which you can build increasingly sophisticated skills and techniques. Every act of consistency is an investment in resilience. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable, but consistency teaches you how to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. When you're committed to showing up, regardless of circumstances, you develop a mental toughness that enables you to handle obstacles without being derailed. Consistency helps you push through boredom, frustration, and self-doubt, teaching you to stay focused on the long-term goal. Over time, this resilience becomes an invaluable asset, strengthening your commitment and empowering you to reach new levels of achievement, no matter the challenges. Consistency also brings a depth of understanding that sporadic effort cannot. Mastery requires more than just knowing how to do something. It requires understanding why things work the way they do and knowing how to adapt under changing circumstances. By engaging in a skill or craft consistently, you get to know it inside out. You start to see patterns, make connections, and recognize nuances that would otherwise go unnoticed.
This depth of knowledge enables you to innovate, to solve problems more effectively, and to perform with a confidence that only comes from deep familiarity and experience.
Mastery through consistency teaches patience. In a world that often values quick results and instant gratification, consistency is a reminder that great things take time. Each step along the path to mastery may feel slow or even tedious, but it is this very process that leads to excellence. When you embrace the patience that comes with consistency, you stop looking for shortcuts and start valuing the journey itself. This patience allows you to trust the process, knowing that each day of effort brings you one step closer to your goals, even if the results aren't immediately visible. Consistency helps you measure progress in a meaningful way. By regularly engaging in an activity, you can track small improvements and identify areas for growth. You begin to notice your strengths, your weaknesses, and the specific areas where you need to focus.
This awareness gives you a sense of direction, enabling you to adjust your approach as needed. Progress becomes measurable, not just by end results, but by the gradual improvement you witness over time.
When you see these incremental changes, your motivation grows, making it easier to stay committed and keep moving toward mastery. A consistent routine builds momentum, making it easier to stay motivated and disciplined. The hardest part of any journey is often getting started, but once you've built momentum, the process becomes self-sustaining. When you consistently work on a skill, each step forward creates a sense of accomplishment that fuels your desire to keep going. This momentum allows you to overcome the inertia of inaction and keeps you moving forward with purpose and energy.
Consistency makes the journey feel smoother, giving you the momentum to push through plateaus and continue growing even when progress feels slow.
Consistency also builds confidence. Each time you show up, practice, and improve, you're building trust in your own abilities. This self-confidence comes from knowing that you've put in the work, that you're prepared, and that you're capable of handling the challenges ahead. Confidence isn't about arrogance, it's about trusting yourself to perform at a high level because you know you've earned it. Consistency gives you a foundation of experience that reassures you in moments of doubt, allowing you to step forward with courage and conviction even when you're facing new challenges. When you're consistent, you become reliable not only to others but to yourself. You develop a sense of discipline that reinforces your own integrity and commitment. Consistency means keeping the promises you've made to yourself, day in and day out. This reliability creates a sense of self-respect and inner strength as you come to trust that you'll follow through on your intentions. This self-trust empowers you to take on bigger goals and to push your boundaries, knowing that you'll show up even when it's difficult. It's through this commitment that mastery is achieved, built on a foundation of reliability and self-discipline. Consistency also minimizes the impact of setbacks. When you're dedicated to showing up every day, one bad day or one mistake doesn't define your journey. Setbacks become temporary, something to learn from rather than something that stops you. This approach allows you to stay focused on the bigger picture, viewing each misstep as part of a long process. Consistency gives you the resilience to recover quickly, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep moving forward. When you're consistently focused on improvement, setbacks become minor hurdles rather than roadblocks, and each one brings you closer to mastery. Mastery through consistency is about committing to a lifetime of growth and learning. True masters never stop learning. They continue to refine and deepen their skills long after they've achieved expertise. Consistency keeps you humble, reminding you that there's always room to grow no matter how skilled you become. This mindset creates a path of continuous improvement, one that brings fulfillment, satisfaction, and a deep sense of purpose. When you're committed to consistent growth, mastery is not just an end goal, it's a way of life, a lifelong commitment to excellence. In the end, consistency is what separates fleeting success from enduring mastery. It's not about grand gestures or single moments of brilliance. It's about the steady, dedicated effort that builds lasting skills and knowledge. Consistency gives you control over your progress, empowering you to achieve mastery not by accident, but by design. Each day of commitment brings you closer to excellence, reinforcing your skills, your resilience, and your understanding. Mastery is built through consistency, and with each step, you're not just moving toward your goals, you're transforming yourself into the person capable of achieving them. Limiting beliefs are invisible chains, mental barriers that keep us from reaching our full potential. These beliefs aren't always loud or obvious often. They're subtle and embedded in our subconscious, quietly influencing every decision we make. They are formed from past experiences, societal messages, and the opinions of others, becoming stories we accept as facts. The problem is, these beliefs create a ceiling on what we believe we can achieve, dictating what we think is possible, and ultimately limiting our lives to the boundaries we've accepted. To break free from limiting beliefs is to shatter these mental constraints and open ourselves to a new realm of possibilities, unbound by fear or self-imposed limitations. The first step to breaking free from limiting beliefs is recognizing that they exist. It requires us to be introspective, to question the assumptions we live by, and to examine whether they serve us or hinder us. Often limiting beliefs are so ingrained that we mistake them for truths. Thoughts like, I'm not smart enough, people like me don't succeed, or I'll never be good with money seem factual because we've repeated them for so long. But once we identify these beliefs and bring them into the light, we see them for what they are, simply thoughts, not facts. This awareness is the first crack in the wall, the opening that allows us to challenge the beliefs that have held us back. When we examine our limiting beliefs, we often find they stem from fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being judged or disappointed. Limiting beliefs are a protective mechanism, a way of keeping us safe by stopping us from stepping out of our comfort zones. But while these beliefs may have served us in the past, they often prevent us from growing, evolving, and experiencing life to the fullest. To break free, we must recognize that growth and success require risk, and risk inherently involves some level of discomfort. When we accept that discomfort as a natural part of progress, we free ourselves to move forward, allowing the fear to exist without letting it control our actions. Another powerful tool for breaking limiting beliefs is replacing them with empowering ones. Once we identify a limiting belief, we can actively choose a new positive belief to take its place. If you've been telling yourself, I'm not good at learning new things, start by reframing it as I'm capable of learning anything I set my mind to at first. This new belief might feel strange or even untrue, but over time, repeating it helps to rewire our mindset. The more we reinforce these empowering beliefs, the stronger they become, gradually replacing the limitations with a sense of possibility and capability. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but each time we consciously choose to believe in ourselves, we move closer to breaking free from old constraints. Limiting beliefs can also be challenged by taking small, consistent actions that prove them wrong. For instance, if you believe I can't speak in front of others, start by taking small steps toward public speaking. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, sharing a story with friends, or presenting to a small group. Each action reinforces a new belief I am capable of speaking in front of others. As we accumulate evidence to the contrary of our limiting beliefs, we start to weaken their hold on us. Each step builds confidence, showing us that we're capable of far more than we previously believed. Breaking free from these beliefs becomes less about taking a giant leap and more about small, steady steps that compound over time. Breaking limiting beliefs also requires us to separate our identity from our past. Many limiting beliefs come from past failures or mistakes that we've internalized as part of who we are. We might think, I failed once, so I'll fail again, or I was rejected, so I'm unworthy. But past experiences don't define us, they are simply moments in time. To break free, we must release ourselves from the grip of these old narratives and allow ourselves to create new stories. This shift in perspective is freeing, as it allows us to view each day as a fresh opportunity rather than as a continuation of past patterns. We're not prisoners of our history, we're creators of our future, capable of growing, learning, and redefining what's possible for ourselves. Another key aspect of breaking limiting beliefs is surrounding ourselves with people who encourage and uplift us. The people we spend time with influence our thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs, often more than we realize. When we're around individuals who believe in us, who inspire us to aim higher, and who have broken free from their own limitations, we start to see that it's possible for us too. Positive influence from others can act as a mirror, reflecting back our own potential. This external support not only counters our internal doubts, but also gives us a sense of accountability. When people around us expect greatness from us, it's harder to stay small. We're inspired to stay small. We're inspired to live up to those expectations, and in doing so, break free from beliefs that no longer serve us. Visualization can also be a powerful tool in overcoming limiting beliefs. By imagining ourselves succeeding, achieving, or acting in ways that contradict our limitations, we're able to create a mental picture of what's possible. Visualization activates our subconscious mind, helping to reinforce a new reality where our limiting beliefs hold no power. When we consistently visualize success, our mind begins to accept this new version of ourselves. This shift in mindset makes it easier to take actions that align with our goals, as we've already seen ourselves succeed in our mind's eye. Visualization becomes a bridge between where we are and where we want to be, weakening the grip of limiting beliefs and allowing us to step confidently into our potential. It's also essential to understand that breaking free from limiting beliefs is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. As we grow, new challenges and higher goals often bring new limiting beliefs to the surface. Each time we reach for something bigger, doubts and fears may reappear, but now we have the tools to address them. We recognize the signs, challenge the beliefs, and replace them with empowering ones. By making this process part of our personal growth, we develop a mindset that's resilient, adaptable, and open to constant improvement. We become skilled at recognizing and breaking limiting beliefs whenever they arise, ensuring they never hold us back for long. Breaking free from limiting beliefs ultimately requires a commitment to self-discovery. It's about questioning who we are, who we want to become, and what we're truly capable of. When we break these mental chains, we unleash a version of ourselves that's no longer bound by fear, self-doubt, or past mistakes. We become empowered to pursue our dreams with conviction, knowing that the only true limits are the ones we choose to accept. In breaking free, we allow ourselves to live fully, embracing the opportunities, challenges, and experiences that life has to offer. Limiting beliefs may try to protect us, but they also confine us, holding us back from the greatness we're capable of achieving. When we dare to challenge them, to break free from their hold, we unlock a world of possibilities and open ourselves to a life of growth, purpose, and some peace. This process is transformative, a journey of self-liberation where we reclaim our power, our dreams, and our potential. We emerge not as a version held back by fear, but as individuals who know that anything is possible if we believe it. Instead, they stick to their strategy, trusting in their analysis and planning. By staying disciplined, they avoid making rash decisions during downturns, allowing them to stay focused on the bigger picture. Top investors also have exit strategies for every investment. They set clear thresholds for when to buy, hold, or sell an asset, ensuring they're not just riding an investment indefinitely without a plan. They establish their target outcomes and, just as importantly, their exit points to cut losses when necessary. This discipline keeps them from holding on to an asset based on wishful thinking, protecting them from unnecessary losses. Finally, they keep a long-term perspective on risk. They know that building wealth isn't about quick wins, it's about steady, consistent growth over time. While market fluctuations may create short-term losses, their strategy focuses on long-term gains. They view each investment decision as part of a larger journey, allowing them to stay committed to their strategy even when the market is unpredictable. Risk management is the tool that allows them to take bold steps without jeopardizing their financial foundation. It's not about avoiding risk, it's about understanding and managing it, turning potential threats into opportunities for growth. With each calculated move, they build a stronger, more resilient portfolio that can withstand the ups and downs of the market. This is the essence of wealth preservation and creation, knowing when to act, when to hold back, and always ensuring that every step is grounded in a strategy that protects as much as it pursues growth. Diversification is a powerful foundational tool that the world's top investors use to manage risk and build long-term wealth. At its core, diversification is about spreading investments across various assets to reduce exposure to any single investment's risks. This strategy recognizes that no one can predict the future of the markets with certainty, so instead of relying on a single investment, successful investors build a portfolio with multiple assets to achieve stability and growth.
The first and most important aspect of diversification is asset class diversification. Top investors understand that different types of assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, and cash equivalents respond differently to market conditions.
For example, when stock markets experience a downturn, bonds might remain steady or even increase in value, helping balance out the portfolio. By investing in a mix of asset classes, they create a buffer against market volatility, ensuring that a drop in one area doesn't wipe out their gains in another. This strategy allows them to capture growth from various sources while shielding themselves from severe losses. Within each asset class, top investors further diversify by sector and industry. In the stock market, for instance, they don't just invest in technology companies, they spread their investments across different sectors like healthcare, finance, energy, and consumer goods. This approach protects them from industry-specific downturns. If one sector faces challenges, say due to regulatory changes or shifts in consumer behavior, their exposure is limited because they have investments in other sectors that may be performing well. This sectoral diversification strengthens their portfolio by balancing potential highs and lows across industries. Geographic diversification is another critical layer. The global economy is interconnected, but economic conditions, political stability, and market trends vary widely between regions. Top investors don't limit themselves to a single country's market. They invest across different geographical regions such as North America, Europe, Asia, and emerging markets. This allows them to capitalize on growth opportunities worldwide while mitigating risks associated with any one country's economy. For instance, a downturn in the US market may not impact Asian or European markets in the same way, creating a natural hedge against localized issues. In addition to asset types, sectors, and regions, successful investors diversify across investment styles and strategies. They might blend growth stocks, which have high potential for appreciation, with value stocks, which are undervalued by the market. They might also balance between high-yield investments, which provide regular income, and capital appreciation assets, which grow over time. This mix allows them to capture benefits from different market environments, whether it's a bull market that favors growth or a slower market where value investments perform well. Timing also plays a role in diversification for top investors. They spread their investments over time through dollar cost averaging, investing fixed amounts at regular intervals instead of all at once. This technique reduces the risk of investing heavily just before a market downturn. By buying in increments, they capture various price points, reducing the impact of market volatility and securing a more stable average price for their investments over time. Another dimension of diversification is liquidity diversification. Liquidity refers to how quickly an asset can be converted to cash without significant loss of value. High liquidity assets like stocks and bonds can be quickly sold in the market, whereas real estate or certain private investments might require more time to sell. By holding a balance between liquid and illiquid assets, top investors maintain the flexibility to adapt to changing circumstances, ensuring they're never forced to sell an investment at a loss due to cash needs. In addition to diversifying by type, sector, geography, style, timing, and liquidity, top investors often consider investment vehicles such as mutual funds, ETFs, and individual securities. Mutual funds and ETFs allow them to own a broad range of assets within a single investment, providing instant diversification. Individual securities, on the other hand, let them handpick specific investments. Combining these options gives them the benefits of professional management and diversification alongside the potential for custom, targeted investments that align with their specific strategies. At its core, diversification is about creating a portfolio that can weather the unexpected. Markets fluctuate, sectors shift, and global events impact economies in unpredictable ways. Diversification empowers top investors to withstand these fluctuations by spreading risk without sacrificing opportunity. They don't rely on one sector, one country, or one strategy to deliver success. Instead, they build a robust, layered portfolio that allows them to capture growth in various market conditions. This multidimensional approach to diversification fosters resilience, balancing risk and reward so that their portfolios can grow steadily over time. By employing diversification, the world's top investors create wealth in a way that is not only sustainable but resilient, able to endure market shocks, economic downturns, and industry disruptions. It's a disciplined approach that offers both protection and potential, enabling them to pursue ambitious goals while safeguarding the wealth they've worked hard to build. It's a core strategy that top investors rely on to build and sustain wealth. While markets are often volatile and driven by short-term emotions, successful investors know that true wealth creation is a long-term journey. Patience allows them to ride out the inevitable ups and downs, keeping them focused on their end goals rather than reacting impulsively to temporary market conditions. They understand that time is one of the greatest assets in investing, and they leverage it to their advantage. Top investors don't chase immediate returns or quick profits because they know that such approaches are often short-lived and fraught with risk. Instead, they commit to the power of compounding. Compounding is the process where investment returns generate earnings on top of previous earnings, creating a snowball effect that accelerates wealth growth over time. The longer they stay invested, the greater the impact of compounding, leading to exponential growth. Through patience, they allow their investments to accumulate and multiply, yielding far greater results than if they had constantly bought and sold in pursuit of quick gains. This patient approach also enables them to avoid the costly mistakes driven by emotional reactions. When markets become turbulent, many investors are tempted to sell off assets to avoid further losses or to buy into a soaring stock out of fear of missing out. Top investors, however, understand that emotions like fear and greed can cloud judgment and lead to poor decisions. By practicing patience, they maintain a clear perspective, trusting their strategy and long-term goals rather than letting temporary market conditions dictate their actions. This steadiness allows them to avoid the buy high, sell low trap that often plagues impatient investors. Patience also plays a critical role in mitigating risk. The best investors recognize that risk is often highest in the short term as markets fluctuate based on immediate events, economic indicators, or global news. Over the long term, however, markets tend to smooth out and deliver consistent growth. By staying patient, they reduce the impact of short-term volatility and give their investments the time to recover from any temporary setbacks. This perspective allows them to weather market downturns with confidence, knowing that history has shown markets generally recover and trend upward over time. Additionally, patient investors are able to seize opportunities that only reveal themselves over time. Some of the most profitable investments require waiting for the right moment, whether it's for a stock to reach a lower valuation, an industry to mature, or an economic cycle to turn. Patience allows them to hold off on impulsive decisions, instead positioning themselves to act decisively when the timing is truly right. In doing so, they can acquire valuable assets at discounted prices, ultimately increasing their long-term returns without taking on unnecessary risk. Another advantage of patience is that it gives investors the freedom to learn and adapt without the pressure of constant activity. Top investors use their time to study the market, deepen their understanding of industries, and refine their strategies. They are not rushed to make moves or chase trends, allowing them to develop insights that enhance their decision-making. This patience-driven approach allows them to keep learning, absorbing, and evolving as investors, which is a crucial part of their sustained success. Furthermore, patience is what enables them to commit to a strategic vision rather than a series of disconnected moves. When they invest, they are guided by a clear long-term goal, a vision that might span years, even decades. This vision aligns their actions, creating a cohesive, deliberate path to wealth creation. Whether it's building a retirement fund, growing generational wealth, or funding philanthropic efforts, this goal provides the context that fuels their patience. They aren't swayed by temporary gains or losses. They're committed to seeing their vision come to life. Lastly, the patience of top investors serves as a buffer against the noise of market speculation. In the investment world, news cycles, social media, and market analysts frequently create a buzz around certain stocks, industries, or market conditions, pressuring investors to act. Patient investors, however, are not influenced by the noise. They focus on the fundamentals, knowing that media hype is often temporary and unreliable. By tuning out these distractions, they stay grounded in their research and strategy, allowing their investments to perform based on real value rather than hype. In essence, patience gives top investors the strength to stay the course, withstand market turbulence, and allow their investments the time needed to truly grow. They are not in it for the quick gains, but for the steady, substantial rewards that only time can deliver. By cultivating patience, they build portfolios that grow not just in value, but in resilience, creating wealth that is as enduring as it is substantial. It's this commitment to the long game, this unwavering patience that sets the world's top investors apart and drives them toward lasting success. To cultivate the habit of celebrating progress, it can be helpful to incorporate reflection into our routine. Taking the time to assess what we've accomplished, no matter how small, allows us to recognize our growth. Journaling can be an effective tool for this practice, where we jot down our achievements, lessons learned, and moments of gratitude. Regularly reviewing our progress not only reinforces our sense of accomplishment, but also helps us track our journey over time. This reflective practice serves as a reminder of how far we've come and instills a sense of pride in our efforts. In essence, celebrating progress over perfection is a powerful mindset that fosters growth, resilience, and fulfillment. It shifts our focus from unattainable standards to the journey of self-improvement and achievement. By recognizing and honoring our incremental steps, we create a culture of gratitude, positivity, and empowerment. This mindset cultivates confidence, inspires resilience, and strengthens our connections with others. It allows us to embrace our unique journeys and redefine our relationship with failure. Ultimately, celebrating progress invites us to appreciate the beauty of the journey, embracing every step, every lesson, and every moment of growth as a vital part of our path to success. So let's choose to celebrate our progress, acknowledge our efforts, and honor the incredible journey we are all on together. In a world that often glorifies perfection, it's essential to recognize the immense value in celebrating progress. The relentless pursuit of perfection can be paralyzing, leading to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Too often, we find ourselves caught in the trap of comparison, measuring our worth against the seemingly flawless achievements of others. This constant pressure can stifle creativity, undermine our confidence, and ultimately hinder our personal growth.
Instead, we should embrace the journey and acknowledge the incremental steps we take toward our goals. By celebrating progress, we create a foundation for sustained motivation, resilience, and fulfillment.
When we shift our focus from perfection to progress, we begin to appreciate the beauty of the journey itself. Life is not a straight path, it's a winding road filled with twists and turns, successes and setbacks.
Each step we take, no matter how small, is a testament to our effort and determination. By recognizing these moments of growth, we foster a mindset that values the process over the outcome. Every time we take action, whether it's learning a new skill, making a difficult decision, or simply showing up for ourselves, we are making progress. Each of these moments deserves to be celebrated.
Celebrating progress cultivates a sense of gratitude and appreciation for our efforts. When we acknowledge our achievements, we shift our mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of fixating on what we lack or what we haven't accomplished yet, we learn to appreciate how far we've come. This practice not only enhances our overall well-being, but also boosts our motivation. When we take the time to celebrate even the smallest victories, we create a positive reinforcement loop that encourages us to continue striving for growth. It's like adding fuel to our fire, igniting our passion and drive to keep moving forward. Moreover, embracing progress over perfection allows us to develop resilience. Life is inherently unpredictable, and setbacks are an inevitable part of any journey. When we focus solely on achieving perfection, we set ourselves up for disappointment. However, when we celebrate progress, we learn to view challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Each obstacle becomes a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. This resilience not only empowers us to bounce back from difficulties, but also fosters a sense of curiosity about our experiences. Instead of being discouraged by failures, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? And how can I use this experience to grow? Recognizing and celebrating progress also plays a crucial role in building our confidence. Every time we take a step forward and acknowledge our efforts, we reinforce our belief in our capabilities. This growing sense of self-assurance encourages us to take on new challenges and pursue our dreams with greater courage. It transforms the fear of failure into a willingness to experiment and explore. Confidence is not built overnight. It's nurtured through a series of small wins that accumulate over time. By celebrating our progress, we cultivate a strong foundation of self-belief that propels us toward greater achievements. In a culture that often prioritizes competition and comparison, celebrating progress encourages us to honor our unique journeys. Each person's path is distinct, shaped by their individual experiences, challenges, and aspirations. By recognizing our own progress, we embrace our uniqueness and acknowledge that success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. This shift in perspective allows us to appreciate our growth without falling into the trap of comparison. We learn to cheer for our own victories and those of others, creating a supportive environment that fosters collective growth. Additionally, celebrating progress fosters a sense of community and connection. When we share our achievements, no matter how small, we create a culture of encouragement and support. This communal recognition not only uplifts us, but also inspires others to acknowledge their own progress. By celebrating each other's victories, we build relationships rooted in positivity and collaboration. This shared journey of growth creates a powerful network of support, allowing us to lean on one another during challenging times and celebrate together during moments of success. To cultivate the habit of celebrating progress, we can incorporate reflection into our daily routine. Taking time to assess our achievements allows us to recognize our growth and appreciate the journey. Journaling can be an effective tool for this practice. We can write down our accomplishments, lessons learned, and moments of gratitude. Regularly reviewing our progress not only reinforces our sense of accomplishment, but also serves as a reminder of how far we've come. This reflective practice instills a sense of pride in our efforts and keeps us connected to our goals. In essence, celebrating progress over perfection is a powerful mindset that empowers us to embrace our journeys fully. It shifts our focus from unattainable standards to the beauty of growth and self-improvement. By recognizing and honoring our incremental steps, we cultivate a culture of gratitude, resilience, and self-acceptance. This mindset not only enhances our personal development, but also fosters a supportive community that celebrates each other's journeys. By choosing to celebrate progress, we invite joy into our lives and create a more fulfilling path toward our aspirations. So let us commit to this journey together. Let us celebrate every small victory, no matter how insignificant it may seem. Let us recognize that progress is a reflection of our dedication and commitment to growth. In doing so, we not only honor our own journeys, but also inspire others to embrace their paths with the same enthusiasm and appreciation. Together, let us create a world where progress is celebrated and perfection is no longer the ultimate goal. Instead, we can find joy in the process, knowing that each step we take brings us closer to becoming the best version of ourselves. In a world that often emphasizes individual success, the profound truth remains the greatest potential lies not just within ourselves, but in our ability to give back to others. This principle is rooted in the idea that our contributions to the lives of others can create a ripple effect, amplifying our own growth and potential in ways we may not initially understand. By giving back, whether through acts of kindness, sharing knowledge, mentoring, or volunteering, we unlock a wellspring of opportunities for personal development, fulfillment, and connection. The more we invest in others, the more we cultivate our own potential, creating a cycle of abundance that enriches both ourselves and our communities. When we give back, we step outside the confines of our own aspirations and recognize the interconnectedness of our lives. Each of us is part of a larger tapestry woven together by shared experiences, challenges, and victories. This perspective broadens our understanding of success, shifting it from a solitary pursuit to a collective journey. By contributing to the well-being of others, we not only enrich their lives, but also gain a deeper appreciation for the human experience. This connection fosters empathy, compassion, and a sense of belonging, which are essential elements for personal growth. As we help others navigate their challenges, we become more aware of our strengths, our limitations, and the common struggles that unite us all. Giving back also provides us with invaluable opportunities for learning and growth. When we share our knowledge and experiences with others, we gain new perspectives that can challenge our assumptions and expand our understanding. Teaching, mentoring, or volunteering forces us to articulate our thoughts and skills in ways that deepen our own comprehension. The process of helping others learn often uncovers insights we may have overlooked in our own journey. This reciprocal relationship enriches both the giver and the receiver, fostering an environment of continuous growth and development. Moreover, acts of giving can enhance our sense of purpose and fulfillment. In a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, engaging in acts of service can ground us in our values and priorities. When we give back, we align ourselves with a greater mission, one that transcends our individual ambitions and contributes to the well-being of our communities. This sense of purpose fuels our motivation and passion, propelling us to strive for more in our own lives. As we witness the positive impact of our contributions, we feel a renewed sense of energy and commitment to our personal goals. This intertwining of purpose and potential creates a powerful synergy that drives us forward. Furthermore, giving back can open doors to new opportunities. When we invest time and energy into supporting others, we often find ourselves in environments that foster collaboration and innovation. Networking becomes more organic and authentic as we connect with like-minded individuals who share our values and vision. These connections can lead to partnerships, collaborations, and opportunities that may not have been possible if we remain solely focused on our own pursuits. The relationships we build through giving create a robust support system that enhances our own potential and accelerates our growth. Additionally, embracing a mindset of giving back can cultivate resilience. Life is full of challenges, and the journey toward our aspirations is rarely a straight path. However, when we engage in acts of service, we develop a greater sense of perspective and gratitude. Helping others navigate their struggles can put our own challenges into context, allowing us to see our difficulties as part of a broader human experience. This perspective fosters resilience, enabling us to bounce back from setbacks and continue pursuing our goals with renewed vigor. The more we give, the more we cultivate a mindset that embraces adversity as a stepping stone rather than a barrier. Giving back also fosters creativity and innovation. When we step outside our own needs and desires, we create space for new ideas and perspectives to emerge. Engaging with diverse communities and individuals exposes us to different ways of thinking and problem solving. This cross-pollination of ideas can lead to innovative solutions and fresh approaches to our own challenges. The act of giving becomes a catalyst for creativity, inspiring us to think outside the box and approach our goals with renewed energy and enthusiasm. Incorporating giving back into our lives doesn't have to be grand or monumental. Small acts can have a profound impact. Whether it's mentoring a colleague, volunteering at a local organization, or simply offering a listening ear to a friend in need, each act of kindness contributes to a culture of support and growth. The cumulative effect of these small actions can create a wave of positive change, both in our lives and the lives of others. It's about cultivating a mindset that values generosity and recognizes the inherent power in supporting one another. Ultimately, the act of giving back is a powerful tool for multiplying our potential. By investing in others, we unlock new avenues for growth, resilience, and fulfillment. We become part of a larger narrative that emphasizes the importance of community and connection. In this journey of giving, we discover that our true potential is not measured solely by our individual accomplishments, but by the positive impact we have on the world around us. The more we embrace this principle, the more we enrich our lives and the lives of others, creating a legacy of growth, compassion, and connection that transcends our individual journeys. Let us commit to cultivating this mindset of giving back, recognizing that each act of service is an opportunity for growth, connection, and transformation. As we engage in this journey together, we'll find that our potential is not a finite resource, it's an ever-expanding force that multiplies with every act of kindness, every moment of support, and every connection we forge. By giving back, we create a brighter future, not just for ourselves, but for our communities and the world at large. Together, we can build a more compassionate, connected, and empowered world where the true measure of our potential lies in the positive impact we have on the lives of others. As we come to the close of this journey together, let us take a moment to reflect on the powerful themes we've explored. Each of us holds within us a boundless potential waiting to be unleashed. By committing to personal growth, embracing our purpose, and cultivating clarity in our lives, we lay the foundation for extraordinary achievements. We've recognized that fear is not a barrier, but rather a stepping stone propelling us toward greater courage and resilience. We've learned that mastery comes from consistency, and that breaking free from limiting beliefs is essential for unlocking our true capabilities. Moreover, the importance of celebrating progress over perfection reminds us that every step we take is worthy of recognition. Our journey is not about the destination, but about the lessons we learn along the way and the connections we forge. And through giving back, we multiply our potential, enriching not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. As we move forward, let's embrace the idea that our growth is interconnected. Every act of kindness, every moment of support, and every commitment to ourselves and each other creates a ripple effect that elevates us all.
Together, we can cultivate a culture of empowerment and compassion, where our individual successes contribute to a greater collective achievement.
So let's step into the world with renewed determination and a commitment to honor our potential. Let us celebrate our progress, give generously to others, and approach life with clarity and purpose. The path ahead is filled with possibilities, and together we have the power to shape not only our own destinies, but also the future of our communities. Let's seize this moment and embark on this journey with courage, passion, and an unwavering belief in the limitless potential that lies within us all. Thank you.